What? What? What?
What is up, friends? You are back at Clevver. I'm your girl, Joslyn, and I'm so excited to kind of be sitting down for the first time ever
Are you really their
with
girl?
Bea Miller. I'm their girl. They own me.
Well, I'm glad that you're that excited about that. You're like, yeah, some other people own me as a person, but it's awesome.
They're pretty awesome. So let's talk about you. I've been following your career for a long time, and I'm not just saying this, I'm being real with you. I think you are like the next huge thing. Your album is
I think you're
so
gonna say,
good.
I think you are the worst ever. Like you
right. No, and I'm not just saying that. I really mean it. Your album, Not an Apology, coming out July 24th, so in about a month.
Yes.
Is so good. Are you so proud of it? Because you should
Yes,
be.
I'm so proud. I've also been waiting for forever to release it because we recorded it a pretty long time ago. Like wrote and recorded all the songs a pretty long time ago. We've kind of just been figuring out like the best way to set everything up, and it's taken a while. And my fans have all been waiting for a really long time, so I just feel bad that I haven't given them a full-length album yet. It's more just like guilt at this point, where it's like I'm sorry, like it's coming, I promise.
You are such a unique artist. There's no one out there in your age range doing what you're doing and lyrically talking about the things you're talking about, and you just keep it real, I think. Why is that important to you?
Well, because when I was younger, I never really had any young female role models in terms of artists who were actually really honest with their lyrics. It was always just like super bubblegum stuff, which I liked, and I'd like dance around my room to and be like, yeah, this is fun. But then whenever I was sad, I didn't have anything that I could listen to that would make me feel better, or would make me feel like there was some girl who was close to my age who was off living her dreams and doing all the things that I wanted to be doing, who still had the same problems that I was having. So I always just felt really misunderstood on that level, and it was really important to me when I started this to be that person for everyone else, because I think it's still missing a lot of times.
So what are we gonna hear from these new songs that are gonna be a part of the full-length release that you're really excited about?
It's definitely more honesty, definitely more me just trying to wrap up everything that I want to say into a short album. I'm lucky that most people can actually release more than one album. Let's hope it doesn't end here.
I don't think so.
I have so many things to say, and it was so hard to like fit everything into one album, and we get to go through and choose the particular songs that are actually going to go on the album, and it was like the hardest day of my life because we wrote and recorded probably like 60.
Well, I want to ask you about two songs on your album specifically that I was like, I have to know what is going on here. I Dare You and Enemy Fire.
Okay.
I love those songs. You guys are going to love them too when the album comes out. So especially I Dare You, tell me where that's coming from for you.
Well, I Dare You is awesome. I actually didn't write on I Dare You, but I was writing with some people, and they played me that song. They're like, hey, we already wrote this, like, let us know what you think. And like from the moment that they started playing it, it really struck a chord with me. I was like, this is awesome. Like, this is one of the greatest songs I've ever heard. And it's just so anthemic, and I just feel like people are gonna hear that song and be empowered. And it's just, musically, it's really awesome. And the lyrics are really empowering even to me when I sing that song. I personally feel like I'm empowering myself, because it's basically saying, like, instead of putting yourself down and being like, oh, like this really sucks that this person is almost trying to bully me into the ground, it's kind of just like, I dare you.
Come at me.
Yeah, like I dare you to come
love
at
it.
me. It's kind of sassy, I like it.
I like it too. And then what about Enemy Fire?
Enemy Fire is one of my favorite songs to perform on stage because it's definitely the most negative song that I have, but the reason that's good is because it's about someone who stabbed you in the back, and I feel like every single person on the face of the earth has been stabbed in the back at one point, unfortunately. And when I sing that song on stage, I release all of the negative energy that I've had toward really anything while I sing that song. And I always say to the audience before I sing it, like, this is the song that I want you to sing at the top of your lungs and really release any negative energy that you've been holding towards someone else or just toward a situation or anything bad that's been happening to you. Just let it go right now. And I think it's really, really awesome to do that.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna switch gears. I want to talk about the tour. You are going on the most girl power packed tour
I know.
of the summer. It really is. There's not a tour like that happening right now. Fifth Harmony You and Debby Ryan in the Never Ending.
And Natalie LaRose.
And Natalie LaRose. I'm excited, obviously. Why are you excited?
Well, I'm excited because I've known Fifth Harmony for a really long time. We were on the same season of X Factor. And so I feel like we kind of just started at the bottom together, which is really cool because none of us, I don't think, would have ever expected to be here now at this point 3 years later. I think this is going to be a really fun tour. It's going to be like a really empowering tour for girls too, because it's just like, it's the girl power tour.
Yeah, what are you guys going to do when you're not working?
Sleeping.
Oh. Are you guys gonna be like, painting each other's nails?
Yeah, I'm hoping that on days off we can have like those typical like movie pillow fights where like all the feathers are flying out and we're like,
this is already us. This is totally our lives.
I think hopefully we'll find some fun things to do on a few of the days off on the tour. I mean, there aren't that many. It's kind of a lot of days consecutively, but I think it'd be cool if we could do something like bowling or go-karting if we could find time for us all to do that.
Well, you guys work so hard. I think there's a misconception because it looks so fun and it is fun and it's your passion, but it's a lot of hard work.
It really is. Like, people sometimes, I think, forget that being a singer is not just being a singer. Like, it's a job. It's a full-time job, and you're actually working your butt off all the time. It's actually, and it's awesome because it's definitely what all of us want to be doing, and it's fun like 99% of the time, but then there's just like some things where it's just like more of like a businessy aspect of it, and it's just like, this isn't what I signed up for. Like, I want to sing.
Yeah.
There are just days when you're doing things and you really recognize that it's actually a job and like you actually have some hard work to do.
Well, I know that you have a bright future ahead of you. If you had to look down the line, like, let's say 10 years.
I'd really like to believe that someday I'll be able to perform in a stadium, but I don't know. That's pretty hard.
It's happening.
That's a pretty rough thing to accomplish. I feel like not very many artists can actually do that. I just hope that I reach a point where I can sell out a stadium someday, but not because I want to have as many ticket sales as possible, but because I want to be able to communicate and help and spread a message to as many people as I possibly can.
All right, but let's talk about your single before we wrap it up, because that is what people are super into right now. You also had a music video that came out not too long ago.
Yes, I
it's
did.
so great. You're on this like floating bed.
So there was a track that ran from one side of the room all the way to the other, and the bed, literally they put the bed on wheels on like this weird like little rig that they built. So I was actually moving back and forth on the bed, and what you don't see is that there's like this long metal rod that sticks out and then like bends up eventually, and there was literally like a dude pushing it.
I was gonna say there's a
and
little
then
man
pulling
under
it back.
the bed. Like,
yeah, there's like it wasn't like a cool like you press a button it moves by itself. It's like, no, this guy was actually like having to push and pull me back and forth.
Oh, that must have been
awesome.
such an exhausting day for you, just sitting on that bed.
Yeah, just laying on that bed. I was working real hard.
Oh, the lifestyle.
It was so fun. It was so awesome. Like, I'm so excited that I got to literally lay on the bed.
Oh my gosh. And what about the single? Like, why is this special to you?
This song just speaks to the most people, which is really clear whenever I perform Fire and Gold on stage. It's people really have a reaction to it. And as much as it's a really upbeat, like musically upbeat song, that kind of masks how lyrically it actually is communicating an important message, which I think is really cool because like when people hear that song, they hear what they need to hear. And so some people will just hear like a fun summer song and other people will hear like the actual message of the song. So I think it's cool.
We all can take away their own interpretation.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us on Clevver today. Be sure to stick with us right here for more 411 on Bea Miller, and click the link in the info section for all of the details on her album, her tour, and probably everything else you ever want to know about her. I'm Joslyn Davis. Thanks for watching. And for more scoop on this girl power pack tour, click to the left to find out what Fifth Harmony had to say about it, and then click to the right to keep the party going with a fun game of karaoke roulette with the ladies of 5H.